Hello again. I want to start by asking viewers to consider what may, on the face of it, appear to be a couple of pretty foolish questions. If at a party you meet two people, one of whom has an IQ which is 10 or 15 points below the other, would you think it reasonable if the person with the lower IQ should be denied certain civil rights? The right to vote, or sit on a jury, perhaps? Do you think that anybody renting out a flat would feel justified in refusing to accept a tenant whose IQ was a few points below 100? I seriously doubt if any viewers will have answered yes to either of those questions. In other words, I don't believe that many people would feel that we should or would be justified in being prejudiced against people whose IQ is a little lower than our own, or in according them less favourable treatment, denying them any civil rights. It would be wicked and mad. The great evolutionist Theodosius Dobzhansky said it well. People need not be identical twins to be equal before God, the law, and in their rights to equality of opportunity. I hope we're all agreed on that point. Let us move on now to another question. I have cited evidence here over the years which suggests that black people of African heritage are likely to have slightly lower IQs than those of either white European or those with East Asian ancestry. Bearing in mind what we most of us just agreed about the foolishness of giving fewer rights to somebody with an IQ a couple of points below our own, then even if it were the case that the average black person's IQ was, say, 5 or 10 points below that of the average white person, what possible difference would this make when considering equality of opportunity, employment rights, civil rights, and so on? The answer is it should make no difference at all. This, in a nutshell, is the difference between racism and racial prejudice. It is why it is perfectly possible to be a convinced racist, but also to be firmly opposed to racial prejudice. Racism, scientific racism, means acknowledging that some ethnic groups are more likely to have certain strengths or weaknesses than those belonging to other populations. Again, it cannot be too strongly emphasized that these differences are a matter of percentage rather than absolute endowments. Children of African origin may well stand and walk sooner than the average white child of European heritage, but there are still white children who stand and walk before many black children. Some black children are delayed in their gross motor milestones, but this is less likely for black children than it is for white. The same applies with cognitive ability, tendencies towards developing cancer of the prostate, and all other likely differences. All is a matter of proportion, none are absolutes. Beliefs of this kind are completely different from a desire to practice racial prejudice against this group or that. Racism and racial prejudice are two different things, although of course they can overlap. It is quite possible to be a racist without displaying any racial prejudice.